guys, and welcome back to the Moaning Yorkshireman. Welcome back to the chair. Here we are once again, and it is a rant. I have not done a rant for quite a while because there's not been much to piss me off in life, to be honest with you. I know some people have life a lot rougher than I do, so I've kind of stopped moaning about things, to be honest. But here we are now, finally having a rant about cinemas. Well, not cinemas as such. I'm kind of lying with the. I just don't really know what to call it. Like, cinemas do annoy me. Obviously, I know they charge an absolute fortune for food and drink and stuff while you're there. Like, it's £8 for a box of popcorn or whatever. But you know that when you go to the cinema. However, what you don't expect is the quality of films at cinemas now to be absolutely shite. That is my argument now. That, you know, they keep complaining about, you know, or they're having to close cinemas down left, right and centre because people aren't going. People aren't going because films are shite. And that is the top and bottom of it. How many fucking remakes do we see now? And it's just a remake after remake. Or they're putting the same film back in the cinema again to celebrate 5-year anniversary or whatever. And it's just a load of shite. And I've been to quite a lot of films the last couple of years in particular. Because my friend has like the 2-for-1 discounts that you get with the meerkats for the insurance and whatever. I've had a few free tickets through as well every now and again. So it's encouraged me to go. Now, I don't always just go because it's free. You know, I have paid for it as well. But I'm struggling to think of a film I've really enjoyed over the past 12, 18 months that I've been going. And when I say I've been going often, I've probably been about 10 times in that time period, which compared to like pre-COVID, where I never went at all, and I couldn't even tell you the last time I saw and went to the cinema was. Prior to that, you know, maybe Dunkirk. Did I go see Dunkirk? But that'd have been a one-off. But yeah, I hardly ever go. So, you know, for me to go 10 times in a 12-month, 18-month period, something like that, I think it's quite good for me, and I think I've got a general ethos of being able to moan about it. And it's just the calibre of films. Like, I went and watched that film Trap that was advertised recently that looked really good. Like, he's a mass murderer in a, you know, in a stadium environment with his daughter. It's a trap that they're there to get him, but they don't know who looks like him. And you think, oh, that's brilliant, it were good. And it were really good for the first hour, and then we ruined it by coming out the fucking stadium, and then we were back at their house with the singer that was on stage, and it was just, I know all films aren't believable, but it got from a point there where it was sort of believable that this gig, this event could have a mass murderer in it, and that could happen and he could try and escape. But then when you get the lead singer that was there singing on the night getting in on it, and then they get into the limo, then they go back to their house and everything's hunky-dory, and then she's trying to alert people secretly while she's in the killer's house and all this lot. It was just so far-fetched and shite. It's almost like, oh, we've got a £30 million budget here to make a film. I mean, £30 million not a lot for films these days, but just use that for example. They'll spend 29 million of it, of just the general story, and they're like, oh shit, how do we wrap it up? How do we wrap it? Oh, fuck it, I don't know. Goes to her house. We can't afford to hire this stadium out anymore. Just take her to a house somewhere. Take him to a house. That's how you get rid of it. It's that kind of thing that's so far-fetched and just shite at that point. That latest Top Gun film that was probably about 2 years ago now, it's the same thing again. Yes, it's a remake, and yeah, I'm not expecting how exciting, but once again it's like, oh, old bloke, oh, you can't fly planes anymore, no, you're not allowed to. Oh, but look, he's proved his worth, he can fly a plane. Oh, well done, Tom Cruise, you are going to go on this mission. Oh, there's this guy that don't like you that's in the training anymore, and he really hates you because of what happened to, you know, the previous film. But it's alright, we're going to do the mission, the mission's completed, then he falls into some, he gets shot down, and then there's a whole drama, but then this guy that hates him goes back to save him, and then into it all lovey-dovey, and then to top it all off, he gets the girl. He gets the girl at the bar that he couldn't get for all these years previous. It's just like, so fucking cringeworthy. It's just the generic storyline, time and time again. I want something different. I want something different. I'm sick of seeing remakes. I'm sick of seeing the same old shite. And I just want a film that the good guys don't win. How's that one? How's that one for a film premise? You know, Steven Spielberg, if you're watching, make a brilliant film about how these people are going to rise up, like Terminator. They're going to rise up against the machines, and it's a whole plot of like, yeah, it's going to be a success, and then they lose, and then everyone dies. You know, make it different. I'm sick of seeing the same fucking things just regurgitated over and over again. What's that one with the bloody stuntmen in it? Or stuntman, I should say. Where it's Brad Pitt and he plays a stuntman in a film that celebrates the stunt doubles in work, in environments and stuff. And I thought that'd be a really good film, and it was to a certain extent, and it was an enjoyable storyline. But what annoyed me is not only did it drag on for no apparent reason, like that film could have been half an hour shorter in my eyes, but it was also the fact then that the stuntmen in that film that did the bits that Brad Pitt was supposed to be doing because Brad Pitt was the stuntman, they made it look like it was Brad Pitt doing it. Like, no, make it look like the stuntman doing it. Like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be perfect. You're trying to celebrate the stunt doubles here, and you're trying to support those people that rarely get seen in a film, that just get an end credit at the end saying, oh yeah, he was the stunt double for Brad Pitt or whatever. No, make it look like he was actually doing the stunt. Make it look like the stunt double of Brad Pitt, pretending to be a stuntman, was actually doing the stunt double in act. You know, make it obvious, but no, it had to be covered up still. And it just... So yeah, you're celebrating the stuntmen, but at the same time you're still disguising the stuntmen from doing the stuntman jobs in a film where Brad Pitt is a stuntman. It just, that didn't make sense to me. I don't know if that made sense to anyone else, how I've just described it then, but it infuriated me that Brad Pitt was still allegedly doing these stunts, even though a stunt double was doing it, and we were praising stuntmen, and that's what the whole film was about. Yeah, I mean, that were a far-fetched storyline in itself, but again, it just, that dragged on. It were initially good, and then it just went away. It just got shitter and shitter and shitter. That were depleting shite. I saw Beetlejuice the other day. That made no fucking sense at all. I know it's supposed to be weird, and people have probably said, yeah, you should have watched the first film first, but to me, it didn't get going at all for about the first 40 minutes, and then by that time I'd already lost interest. And then when we did get the storyline going, it was almost like, oh shit, that's it, we've got an hour and a half, we've not got long left, let's just wrap it up quick, and I didn't get it. So that was Beetlejuice. Again, another remake though, okay, or it's a continuation, but there's been so big a gap between the other ones. And the big ones that really annoy me are the fucking Halloween films. Oh my god, as my mates drag me along to go see the Halloween ones every fucking year for the last 3 years or whatever it's been, and they're just shite. So it's Michael Myers in it, and oh my god, isn't he a bad guy? Yeah, he escaped from building, all this lot. He's been on a perilous journey of murdering people since like the 80s. Oh good, oh he's back in the town again. Oh no, what do we do? Oh well, we just keep randomly dying in his hands and doing the stupid typical horror shit. And then what happens? Oh my god, we finally catch him. The film I watched, he got the axe in it. He got an axe to his back. Michael Myers, right? An axe to his back about 6 times, right? They were kicking and punching the shit out of him and axing him. And they left the axe in his back, right? The police are there, the whole neighbourhood's out like, oh my god, we finally got the bastard. Yeah, okay, good. Right, now what do? You finish it off and get that axe and you chop his fucking head off, don't you? You end it. You know what he's been like for the previous 40 years of life. You think you've got him and you haven't. You think you've got him and you haven't. But oh no. This time round, axe is there, he's laid on the ground, he's not conscious. Pick that axe up, chop his head off. No. What do they do? The police, all emergency services, all of the residents of the community that have come out to praise the fact that Michael Myers is there and dead, they just all fuck off and leaving him in the middle of the road. How believable's that? How believable's that effectively a mass murderer and a crime scene in itself because he's been axed to death, or so we thought, they just leave him. Just leave him in the middle of a road. No problem, don't even bother putting any police tape around him. No, fuck that off. No, just leave him there, dead. And then they all go celebrate that he's dead, and then guess what? He's not dead. 7 axes to the backs and a jolly good kick in. No, can't finish Michael Myers off. And then he kills someone else, and then the credits end. Oh, brilliant. Enthralling, eh? Enthralling. And like people always say, like, oh, do you like horror films? Do you not like horror films? I say, no, I don't like horror films. Oh, you're scared? No, they're just so fucking predictable, it's unbelievable. That's what infuriates me with horror films and scary movies and shit. It's so predictable. That Halloween film, for example, I'm like, he's in that cupboard. I'm going to tell you now he's in that cupboard. And I'm sat there watching it with my arms folded, and everyone else goes, jumps, because he fucking leaps out this cupboard, and I'm going, no, it ain't cupboard. Like, scary films are supposed to be scary for a reason, and yet there's some jump scare moments in films. Get that totally. I get it. But when everything's just hanging on a cliche jump scare, it's not really a scary film, is it? It's just surprising you. And then when you get wise to the surprise, it's not a surprise anymore. It's like a Jack in a Box, isn't it? You keep spinning it, it pops at random moments. Oh, probably gets you first couple of times. Then you're like, yeah, it'll pop any minute and it's fine. And then that's it. So yeah, so that annoys me. So yeah, I've kind of gone on a tangent there, but I'm just thinking of films I've watched recently that have pissed me off and made this really. Beetlejuice the other night was the one that really did it for me. That really infuriated me because there wasn't much plot to it. Oh, that other one, speaking of no plots at all, I know I'm rambling on, but that A Quiet Place or Shush Be Quiet, All the Lyras or whatever it were called, that one where the aliens come down from space, and no, not War of the Worlds, again, it's been done before, hasn't it, coming down from fucking space. Anyway, yeah, but they come down from space, these aliens, and if you make a noise they'll rip your fucking head off and kill you. That was one, and it was a lady that was in she was in a hospice, she was dying, she got cancer, and they took her from the hospice as well as other people, took them into New York, watching a film. And obviously, while the film was ongoing, these aliens came from outer space, and then anyone made a noise and they ripped their head off. So she stayed quiet, she got wise to what happened, don't make a noise and you'll live. Brilliant, perfect. They're doing an emergency evacuation from New York because these aliens can't go through water. So we're doing a barge, we're getting everyone there. She doesn't want to go, she's dying anyway. Stumbles across this bloke that's been rescued by her cat, or found by her cat I should say, and he keeps quiet. He's insistent he's going to go with her, she's insistent no you're not, you bugger off and go get your boat. So he decides he's going to stay, she accepts him to stay. They have this lovely couple of days where she's recreating her childhood, oh isn't it lovely, all's while being quiet. And then she then helps him go get on the boat, and then she plays her music loud so they come and rip her head off and eat her. So that film was basically about nothing, because all she wanted to do was just, you know, live for a couple more days, then play some tunes and, you know, let the aliens kill her. That's all she wanted. She didn't want that bloke to be with her at all. She did not give a shit about this guy that randomly bumped into her, courtesy of her cat, her pet cat. Could not give a shit. But yet he tagged along, and then that made the whole film. So had she just gone, yeah, bugger off, John, or whatever he was called, go get your boat, and he did that, you've got no film. And he still ended up getting the boat anyway. So yeah, that was a film about nothing, that was a film about absolutely nothing at all. That one really infuriated me. That was a shite one. So yeah, I can't remember what that was called. Shush, Be Quiet, or something, I don't know, fucking hell. But yeah, that would bollocks. So yeah, so they're just generally shite. I don't want Con Air 2. I don't want Shaun of the Dead Shaun again. I don't want any of that bollocks. I want a good film that's never been done before. I'm sick of aliens. I'm sick of Planet of Apes. I'm sick of shit horror films. Just provide me with a good film. And the trouble is that film Trap had all the premise to be a fantastic film, but we fucked it up, and that's what annoys me. So come up with an original storyline, a bit like Trap, but don't fuck it up, Steven Spielberg. You know, make the good guy lose for a change. Make evil take over. Just do something like that anyway. So yeah, there you go, that's my rant about films. It's probably a load of bollocks, and you've probably all lost interest by now. But it's just spur of the moment. It infuriated me the other day, and I thought I've got to moan about it. So yeah, films annoy me. Cinemas don't necessarily annoy me, but films do. Cinemas, we know what to expect with them. It was fucking warm the other day as well in there, but that's another story. But yeah, you know, there you go. That's it. That's films for me. Let me know if you've seen any decent films recently. Or do you find yourself going through the back catalogue of good films again? Such as like The Original Italian Job, Shawshank Redemption, the Toy Stories, the first two anyway. You know, just there's always something going back to the classics and admiring the classics. But I can't think of a film done in the last 10-15 years that we'll ever remember a classic. Not even like the James Bonds and stuff. I won't consider them classics because they're shite. So yeah, let me know. Is there actually been a decent film out there in the cinemas within the last 2-3 years that you would actually say, Josh, you missed that one. That was actually really good. You know, and I'm not talking about Make Way for Noddy 3. I just genuinely want it to be a good film, decent film. Tell me Has there been any within the last decade? Has there been any within the last couple of years that have been in the cinema? Is there one now at the cinema that you're like, Josh, you need to go see that one? Let me know. Let me know in the comments. But for now, I've seen about 10 in the last couple of years. Not even that. Shorter than that. And they've all been shite. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys. And as always, much love.